Hi, today I'm going to walk you through Bast, and specifically, I'm going to show you how we built a Conversational Assistive Technology, or CAT, for cognitive behavioral therapy in a matter of minutes, not months. What you're going to see is a real system running on real clinical content, giving real answers that a practitioner could actually use. I'll show you how the knowledge goes in, how we control what the AI can and can't do, and then I'll ask it some questions live so you can see exactly what comes back, and just importantly, what it refuses to answer. This is the admin dashboard. The single person who manages AI for the organization lives here. At a glance, they can see if the system is healthy, how many users are using it, how many questions it's answering, and how fast. You can also see things such as the system status, governance, and policies, observability, and security. They also get a breakdown of the types of questions and requests their people are actually asking. So the admin isn't just seeing volume, they're seeing what the organization needs help with. That's useful intel. It can inform training priorities, surface knowledge gaps, or flag when people are consistently asking about something that isn't covered yet. The key idea here is that you don't need a big AI team. One clinical director, one training coordinator, one person who can see everything and control everything from this screen. Let me show you how your own content gets into the system. Here I'm uploading materials for brief cognitive behavioral therapy, but this could just as easily be your internal protocols, training manuals, or SOPs, whatever your organization runs on. The system takes those documents and turns them into a structured map of concepts and their relationships, not just keywords, actual relationships. Most AI treats your text as a big pile of words and hopes for the best. We turn it into a knowledge graph. So when someone asks about a technique, say a thought record, the system doesn't just find the page where those words appear. It knows a thought record is a tool and that it's used to challenge maladaptive thinking and that it connects to a broader set of skills the practitioner is learning. That kind of structure is what makes the answers actually useful instead of just plausible. And here's the part that matters. Your domain experts, your senior clinicians, your subject matter experts can get in here and review it, edit it, and refine it in plain language. No code, no data science team. If something's wrong or missing, they fix it in the same way they'd edit a document. Now, from that same admin area, we move into the CAT behavior. This is where we define how this assistant should behave, what role it plays, what it should and shouldn't talk about. You can customize everything from the cat's identity to how its ethics function. For this one, we've set it up as a brief CBT training coach. It helps practitioners build foundational skills. But this same screen could define a nuclear reliability engineer, a charge nurse, or a case officer, whatever role fits your mission. The key controls here are what matters most. It can only answer from the approved knowledge you've loaded. If a user asks something outside of that knowledge, it will say, "That's outside of what I can cover," instead of guessing. This is how we avoid hallucinations. The assistant is effectively blind to anything you haven't put in its box. Every answer is anchored in your content, not the open internet. Once we have the knowledge base and the behavior defined, we can build the CAT. And what we do during this phase directly impacts the end user's experience. So the choices you make here, the guardrails you set, that's what shapes every conversation your people have with it. And you have the ability to go back and change it as you need. For behavioral health, where clinical accuracy isn't optional, this is the difference between a tool people can trust and one that is a liability. Now let's switch over to the end user side so I can show you what's going on under the hood. Let's start with something simple. You'll be able to see when I open this reasoning trace, it shows this was routed to a greeting agent that responds in the tone and personality we defined in the behavior settings. This happens because every single input hits a classify input agent first. It reads the intent and topic and decides which downstream agent should handle it. The user can always see which agent handled what and why an answer was constructed the way it was, every single time. Now let's look at the next couple of questions. The classifier recognizes these as in scope and hands them to the knowledge base agent, which pulls the relevant passages from our uploaded materials, constructs an answer, and surfaces the citations and reasoning trace. Two very different questions, same agent, same path, and the same reliable process. Now let's look at what happens when you ask the cat something it shouldn't know. The classifier catches that this isn't in the knowledge base. The out-of-scope agent steps in and politely redirects. And this is one of the most important things I'll show you. The AI tells you when it doesn't know something instead of making it up. Most AI tools will just generate a confident-sounding answer anyway. Ours doesn't. And finally, you'll see that this one triggers the redirect and safety agent. It classifies the content, returns a safe response, and shows the trace of exactly why it treated the message differently. Bast gives you a self-contained AI box that runs next to your data, lets you use any model you choose, answers only from your trusted sources, and gives you a complete audit trail for every answer. That's what we offer: safe, explainable AI you can actually control.